There is a reason I keep returning to the wild. It's not just about the landscape, but the journey of discovering who I am. In a world that feels wilder than ever, the true challenge is finding clarity within. Every journey alone in the bush helps me embrace my past, live in the present, and navigate the chaos in the world. I'll be reading the signs of the wilderness and finding a quiet spot to spend the night alone, reflecting on the journey. This is more than survival. It's a path of self-discovery in a world that never stops changing. So I'm all loaded up and I'm ready for my trek to the camp. I've got my camera, I've got my gear loaded in my backpack. It's quite heavy, I must say, but yeah, it's amazing how much stuff you need. And also with the camera gear, it even makes it worse. But looking forward to the journey there. We're gonna walk all along the river. Eventually, this is the drier part of it, and then we're gonna hit the river section. And yeah, interesting area. It is a dangerous game area. I'll have to be careful for game that is dangerous, and yeah, we'll look out for that. And the poachers element also makes it a bit more dangerous now, but yeah, we'll look out for them as well. And yeah, just be vigilant and yeah, be careful about that as well. But I'm looking forward to it, and this pack is heavy, so when I reach the camp, it's going to be nice. But yeah, I'm planning to camp in a dry riverbed, and yeah, also the night element changes things, yeah, but it is still cool. It's a nice experience. Get the adrenaline flowing a bit, and yeah, get some good exercise along the way as well. I can tell you that. So this is hippo dung. The closer we're getting to the river, yeah, the more sign we'll see of them. But yeah, so they are, yeah. By looking at the signs of the bush, it leaves you clues, you know, like prints in the sand. Obviously, is the biggest giveaway of what is here. So the signs of the bush is here. The biggest clues are on the ground with tracks, and I've already seen buffalo tracks. I've seen plains game, wildebeest, zebra, impala, and then I've seen bigger things like the giraffes, the sign of the hippo here. I have not seen predator sign yet, but no doubt we'll encounter them, yeah, or the sign at least. So yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes open for them. I'm getting closer to the river here. I can see the vegetation changing. I climbed an uphill now there with this backpack. Taker running there. But vegetation is changing, greener down here, and more animal sign for sure. So it's so dry now that all the animals are concentrated around the water. I'm officially at the river here. I can see it clearly now. I think I'm going to take a bit of a break here, just sit down and just enjoy the scenery for a bit and just soak that in. Not in a hurry at all. We've got plenty of time, and yeah, it would be nice to put this backpack down a bit. So I'm sitting out here, nice and quiet, looking out on this kind of a ravine with the river at the bottom. big trees, very nice. I decided to have my lunch now. It's an apple and naartjie, or tangerine, as some countries like to call it. And yeah, I'm just going to take a moment, take it in, and enjoy this moment. The solitude and the peace. It's awesome. Sun is coming out. I still have a bit to go. I'm kind of deciding, I was sitting here and I'm pondering, like, maybe I should camp next to the river, you know. I don't know, the only issue I have with that is Hippo. But I think if I camp against the rocks here, it should be fine. I don't see a lot of Hippo trails here either. But yeah, maybe I'll just carry on a bit and then I can always come back to the spot, even though it's a bit of a walk. But yeah, I just have to always think about the dangers and the possibilities of, the least possibility of encountering dangerous animals. That's where you want to be. You don't want to sleep where there's a fruit source, like under a marula tree that is bearing fruit. You attract elephant, you attract game. You don't want game around your camp. That's one thing. So you want to be in a beautiful scenery, but you don't want to be in the hub of it. At least I've got a tent. I thought about, like, one day I'll come and I'll sleep like just in a shelter, at my own shelter. But for now I think I'm gonna just use a tent, because I just want to get to know the lay of the land and all that, and you know, like, not take unnecessary risk. Because yeah, last time I had a bit of an encounter with a leopard in the day. It was weird, but you can watch that video. I'll put the link up here. But yeah, it's not usually what you expect, you know, a leopard in the day having an interesting encounter. So you always have to be alert in the bush, always. You know, like, you can get, it can be peaceful and you can enjoy it, but just keep your eyes open. I always think back, I'm fascinated with the pioneers, and in the 1800s especially, when they came through this area here. I'll show you the mountain later. It's up that side. They came from there, from the high veld, and they came down into the low veld here. It's not high above sea level here, it's about 200 meters above sea level. Completely different place from up there. But it comes with its own problems. The weather's like good, you're not gonna die of cold here. Maybe heat, but not cold. But it comes with other problems. But yeah, we'll discuss it as we go along. I'll show you the mountain later. If you can see it, it's very hazy today. But I've got pictures up. Well, I've got pictures, and I'll put it up if I never get a shot of the mountain. Hopefully later we see a beautiful sunset over the mountain. But yeah, I think those days were awesome. I think the freedom was something else. So I've started moving again, and it's probably not the brightest move to walk in the day, middle of the day, like I'm doing, because the biggest problem here is obviously like dehydration because of the heat. But the thing is, I've got quite a lot of water. If I say a lot, probably about 5 liters. So it should be enough for the day. But yeah, usually it won't be the brightest move to do what I'm doing now. But yeah, I want to look at this section here. It's really beautiful here. So I think what we should do is we should set up camp, get there as quick as, not quick as possible, but make an effort to get there, and then make sure I've got enough wood and for a fire later, and then then we can maybe go for a walk this afternoon, explore a bit, maybe look for some edible plants, and I did bring some meat, but that's about it. And then we can maybe look at some plants for extra nutrition, but let's see if we find some, but I think that's the plan. Pretty quiet today. It must be this heat. In terms of animal sightings today, it's just too warm. So that's the thing as well, like predators often rest up in the shade then. So when you're walking like this down this road here, you have to check under the bushes, because that's where they will be, lying in the shade. And you don't want to just surprise them and run into them, basically. There's Nyala down there. Probably went down for a drink. So I'm keeping an eye out for animals, but not only that, I'm keeping an eye out for any sign of people. The poachers that the people were looking for is in this block over here. It's a vast property, but basically between that property and this property is just a river. And so I'm just keeping an eye open. And how you detect people usually is voices, like I'm doing now. Your voice carries many hundreds of meters depending on the wind and time of day, but that's the quickest giveaway. Movement is the other one. If I see movement, I see bright colors, or I see different colors from animals I've seen as people. I see fire and smoke, like a campfire, and also I pick up sign like spoor and any other suspicious like marking on the ground, where they mark something to come and fetch it later. All those kind of things I look out for. But at the moment, at least it's quiet. But I do hope they catch them. Some more sign of hippo. Like, if you don't know, when they're walking and they're defecating, they flick their tails and they spread the droppings to spread their scent more. That's our dead giveaway that it's a hippo and not a similar looking dropping like a rhino or a young elephant. That's the quickest way to see it, is the method they use to scatter their droppings. The only time I'll run, so everybody says always, you can't run. I know that. Usually that's what it means. But if I'm walking here early in the morning, right, and a hippo comes from this side and running back to the water, I will run sideways down this way as fast as I could, because if I just stand here and I wait for the hippo to arrive, he will surely attack me, because that's how the people die. You're in their way. You can see here's another one, how they mark their territory. So that's the number one reason people die from it, is they want to get back to the water. And if you're in between, I don't know if you remember those ads or the chocolate chomp. Don't think you get it anymore in South Africa, but then the hippo is going to chomp you. But here's a big hyena track. It's old. Here's another track here, but it's old. But I know from experience there's a lot of hyena here, and big ones, and you should never ignore them, right, in their presence, especially at night when they are looking for food. and they will use any opportunity to, to get food. And they have killed people. They have killed people for sure. I know of one on the neighboring property here, and unfortunate incident. But if they see any weakness, they will come for you. So especially when they gang up. This property next door, I've seen them. There's a clan of 25, maybe more, and they gang up, and 25 hyenas is not a joke, I can promise you. They get a lot of confidence, and they will rule most things out there, unless it's a big pride of lions. But a small pride of lions will run away from 25 hyenas. They just won't take the risk. So, but yeah, we carry on, and it would be nice to put this backpack down soon, in a few minutes or a few hours. Not sure. It's not too far anymore, but a little bit of a distance still. I'm taking a bit of a breather. I just put my backpack down. I think I'm almost there, but yeah, I couldn't any further. I think I've got another 2 k's to go. It would be nice to just rest a little bit. Don't want to rest too long. I want to get lazy, but then set up camp. We still have to pitch tent, and then we'll get wood, settle in a bit, and go explore just before dark maybe. But I want to eat before dark as well, because I don't have a lot of lights and stuff, so I don't want to struggle around in the dark. So I will eat a late lunch, and then I'll be good till tomorrow. I don't know if you can hear it, but that bird in the background is a tinker barbet. Very distinctive sound, and also one familiar sound in the bush. It's beautiful. The wind coming through the trees here. Standing under a red bush willow tree, very distinctive about the area, very common. And nice thing about them is you can make tea with their pods. So yeah, if we find, I can't boil water, so we can't, but I'll show you the next time. Then I'll get something to boil water, and then we can make some bush willow tea. You get the russet bush willow, and then you get the red bush willow. They taste slightly different. So we can even offer variety in the bush. Great stuff. On my back. Guess I'll have to pick it up. These jackalberry trees are absolutely beautiful. I looked in the back there, there's some fruit, and it looks like it's already starting to, some of it, I saw 1 or 2 that is almost ready to eat, so I might keep my eye open for some fruit, and we can have some extra nutrition, but especially after today, it's been a bit hectic. But when you're eating in the bush, always make sure, not almost, always make sure that you are identifying whatever you're eating, and that you are sure. And so you don't want to be out here, even if you get a little bit sick. It's not good, it's very dangerous. But if you stick around, we might see some fruit that we can eat, and I might be able to teach you a few things, or not. Maybe you already know, but maybe you don't, and then we learn. It's always good to learn. So this is the dry river bed I was planning to sleep in, just because I like the way it looks, and also when we clear out we know that there's no danger of causing a wildfire. So that's my reasoning behind it, and yeah, it looks cool. So yeah, let's look for a suitable place. We might go way down this road a bit, and or this dry river bed and see. But yeah, I like the idea of camping in a dry river bed. It's just cool. Your coolness factor goes up slightly, and I need it. So yeah, let's check it out. I think I'm going to be here. This is the last time I was here. I made that fire with a broken lighter, and if you know how to make a fire with a broken lighter, if you've got no gas, I do it in this video, and I'll put the link up at the bottom and you can check it out later. But finish this video first, please. So I'm just checking out my options here, where to pitch the tent, and it's calm now, but there might be a storm tonight. So what I do, I just check for branches at the top, any loose branches that will be dangerous if the wind comes up, and you know, like, and it falls on your, and something comes loose and it falls on your tent. And the other thing I'm looking for is the way the smoke's going to blow. So if I make a fire here, the wind at the moment is blowing this way, so I don't necessarily want to pitch my tent here, because it will then mean that I'm getting smoked out. So I think a good option might be right there, or I can just move the fire if I want to pitch it here, because I can, because it's in the sun in the day, but I'm going to be out of here tomorrow morning, so that's not a concern. And yeah, you are not in danger from branches falling down onto the tent. The other thing is, I don't know how the wind's going to blow tonight, so it might change direction. But this, I know this wind is the predominant wind, but it's not a train smash. I mean, it's not the most important thing for me at the moment. I'm not going to sit by the fire the whole night. I'm probably going to go to bed early. I was up this morning, and yeah, I'll try and get some sleep. But yeah, so I'm going to check it out a little bit and decide where I'm going to pitch my tent. That's a purple crested Turako, very nice bird. We'll try and get pictures later. So yeah, let's check it out. The other thing is, like, while we're at it, if you make fire, check out for this wood here, and you don't use it because it's called a tambuti tree, you can look at the bark. The bark is very rough, and the leaves are red sometimes in this time of year, and then some of the leaves are red sometimes, certain parts of the year, but there are the green leaves as well, like leaves usually are. But this tree you don't make fire from, because it will make you sick. So it is a poisonous tree, and also especially don't cook meat on this. But if you make fire with it, you might get sick from the smoke as well. So avoid. It's very important to know these things when you're camping out, because this is right close to my tent, and the wood's lying here. You pick it up and you get sick, and you don't know why. You think your meat is off or something. But yeah, no. Why I also like this site, this campsite, is also very important, is I don't see a lot of animal movement through here. You don't want animal movement through your camp. You want it to be as quiet as possible. And you can see there's not a lot of tracks here. Sometimes dry river beds can be a highway for animals, but this one definitely isn't. I don't see any hippo tracks. I don't see any buffalo tracks. I don't see any very big game tracks, not even giraffe. Not that they are concerned, but still, it's a good sign. It's a very, very quiet riverbed. For viewing game it sucks, but in terms of safety, number one. The other thing before you pitch a tent, very important, especially in dry riverbed, is knowing what's going to happen if it rains. And in this case, it's not the best spot, I must admit, if it rains a lot, because rain will fill up the drainage lines. And this is basically a drainage line. It's not really a river, but water will come from there and it will flood your camp. Or it won't happen like instantly, but you will have to move if it becomes bad, and that might be at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I'm going to just take the risk. I don't think it's going to rain that much. Alright, so the tent is done. I'm going to put my bags inside. But yeah, this is my home. And yeah, there's something about a tent that is, when you're out here in the bush, a tent is luxury. You know, even though it's like, some people is roughing it, but if you're out here, it's such a comfort thing, a tent. Sleeping out in the open is no joke, eh? But yeah, I'm going to put my stuff inside the tent, and then, yeah, then I'll collect some firewood. And it's already starting to get a bit more overcast. And yeah, just look what I found in my tent. A nasty tick. That's why I need to keep your tent closed. This came in just now, and it's a very, very nasty tick. So yeah, kill it. And then yeah, then I'm going to close the tent. The camp is basically almost set up. All I need to do is get some firewood, and then I just want to sit a little bit by the fire, so I don't need like tons of burning fuel. I just need to get through about, I'll say 2 hours of wood, maybe. Not high flames either, just a bit of comfort. And also just to obviously cook meat. And yeah, this is very old wood. I don't think this is going to burn long, so this might be a good fire starter. Looks like kudu dung. So just a word of warning, when you're out here and you're picking up rocks and also firewood, be careful of scorpions. Parabuthas is a nasty thing. You don't want to get stung by that, because out here you're going to have problems. So always look, they like to be underneath or even inside the bark, so be careful. So this wood here, this thick piece is what I'm looking for now. This fat pieces will burn quite a long time, and this is quite heavy, so that's even more ideal. So what I'm going to do is, in the background here, I'm going to gather some more wood. I'm going to look for these kind of bigger pieces, and I'm going to all dump it here, and then I'm going to carry it back to camp. This is a sickle bush. I just pulled it out of my boot. It's not a nice thing to have. It nearly went into my foot. I could feel it. This will go through your shoe. Be careful of it. And also it will go through your tire in your car. It's rough. When it gets dry like this, it's unbreakable. So just be careful of it. And when it goes through your foot, you get infection and you are in trouble if you're out in the bush. So a lot of times you need to get antibiotics, so be careful. All right. Okay, I think that should be enough. I want to make nice fire tonight and sit by the fire a bit, but I'm not going to be out all night, so I don't need like a ton of firewood. But yeah, it's going to be nice and comfortable. And yeah, I think I'm going to take a bit of a rest now, and then we will check from there. Okay, so my tent is all set up, my camp is set up, I've got firewood. I am ready for the night, and I think I'm just going to take a bit of a break, 15 minutes, and then we'll head out, and then yeah, we'll go for a short walk, and then after that I'll have to start cooking. I didn't bring a bright grill, but or a grill to cook the meat, but I will make a plan. I'll show you guys what we're going to do. But yeah, I'm going to rest 15 minutes, and then we'll see you then. Okay, so the temperature dropped slightly, and also the weather's changed quite a bit. The wind is coming from this side now. Luckily we are going to make the fire here, so that is perfect. And yeah, it's quite windy now, and it looks like it might rain later, but let's see. We are going to take a walk now, and yeah, we're going to explore a little bit, maybe look for some jackalberry fruits if we can find some, and yeah, then we'll come back, make a fire, relax a little bit, sit by the fire, listen to the noises. I don't know how much we'll hear tonight because of the wind, but when I'm here late in the afternoon, early night, I often hear lions. So let's check it out. When I was taking a bit of a break there now, my shoulders were very sore from that backpack, but all good now. So when the wind blows like this in the bush, yeah, it's a different feeling, eh? We're in a valley kind of here, or a ravine, so you can't really feel it, but I can hear it in the treetops. Sounds quite spooky. I'm excited for this walk, man. Yeah, let's check if we see any activity here. I see a lot of zebra sign, giraffe tracks, giraffe tracks. Yeah, let's take this road down here and see. Yeah, we'll go back to the place where we had the leopard incident. It was actually just over this side. Let's see if we can see any sign of the leopard there. Maybe it's killed something else, or... But yeah, I love this part of the bush. It is very, very like dry at the moment, but I can see a little bit better. I can see further into the bush. I just want to give you a little bit of perspective where I am in South Africa, and it's fun, and it makes you understand my dynamics a little bit better. So I'm in the low veld of South Africa, and it's close to the Kruger National Park. Kruger National Park is over this way. Actually, the whole area here is the Kruger, because it's very long. It's 350 kilometers long about. And this way right here is, if I go straight here, probably, if my direction is right, I will come out close to Satara. And this over here is the Highveld over that side. Johannesburg is that way, very far, but up this way is the Drakensberg, the northern side. And yeah, if I look over this side, over here, it's going to be Zimbabwe, and this whole section here would be Mozambique. So this fence over here, the next property, is, as I understand it, if I remember correctly, that's the last fence between this place and then it's another property, but that is the last fence all the way to the Kruger National Park. So, and there's no fence between them and the Kruger National Park. It's a private game reserve. And the first fence you'll find from this one is actually Mozambique. If there's even a fence, I'm not sure. Just to give you a little bit of perspective, and also, yeah, just to, it's interesting. There's the first bit of sunshine that comes out in a long time. And I don't think it's going to last long, but I love sunshine. It makes me happy. Behind me here is a guarri bush. It looks like this. The branches break very easy. It's a good plant to grab when, or good branch to grab when it's when you have a veld fire. The other nice thing about a guarri bush is you can make a toothbrush out of it. Now it's not like as comfortable as a toothbrush you buy at the grocery store or at the pharmacy, but it will get the job done. So you break a branch and then you just like pull the fibers open like this, kind of rub it, and you can just go like this. So there's a bit of fiber sticking out, and then you take charcoal or a little bit of ash from the morning after your fire that you made to cook your meat, see, like that, and then you fill your mouth with the charcoal and you mix it with water, or you can mix it beforehand, and then you clean your teeth. The guarri bush. And that is why my teeth is so white, because every morning I brush my teeth with the branch of a guarri bush. I wish. Yes, this wind gives a bit of a different feeling. I'm watching the trees here. Maybe we're lucky and spot a leopard. Things are a lot more alive here at the river. The bird life, the atmosphere is completely different here than where I'm camping. There's a lot of ants. That's also usually a sign of rain coming. terrapin. It's beautiful and peaceful down here at the river. I'm going to find a spot, can sit a bit there, just soak up the beauty and the peacefulness. This is a Hippo trail, buffalo droppings. That's a hyena track, quite a big one. Probably last night came down to drink water. Some more. Very, very beautiful, and so relaxing here. So I just realized the time, and I actually have to get back to camp because I don't want to be struggling in the dark, and also I'm not too keen walking back to camp in the dark. But yeah, I just want to get ready and settled before it gets dark, so it's just easier. But it is beautiful down here, and yeah, I wanted to get a nice sunset, but it's a little bit overcast. It's still very nice, absolutely gorgeous. But maybe tomorrow it's a bit more clear, I don't know. But I wanted to show you guys the mountain, but you can't see it, so maybe next time. That's why you need to follow me, because I go on a lot of adventures, and yeah, then one day you can see the mountain and many more other interesting things. This is where I heard that elephant earlier. I think it's down here in the river. I'm almost back to camp. Excited about that. I can see the dry river bed coming up. Approaching the camp. Everything looks in order. Thought I heard something. That actually took longer than I thought. I would have loved to be back earlier. Okay, I'm gonna get this fire going, and the wind is a bit rough, but down here there's not a lot of wind. I'll just keep an eye on it. But when you make a fire, when it's windy like this, obviously not advised, but there's nothing here that can burn, and it's in the dry river bed, so I'm quite comfortable with making a fire. Yeah, so as soon as it gets dark, things change a little bit. Yeah, I'm just not too worried about anything at the moment. Hot. Problem is now I'm sending this nice aroma right through the bush, and I might get a visitor. When you have it, like most of you know, when you have a flashlight and you shine it, you will see eyes. because they're looking at you, and then then at least you have a warning to know that there are possible danger. So I'm just waiting for these flames to grow a little bit, and also my wors needs to cool down a little bit. I've got them planted in sticks here, very classy, but yeah, this wind is something else, eh? I didn't hear one lion call, didn't hear one leopard call, nothing. I always want to say dead silence, but not really. It's just too much noise. You can't hear any animal sounds. Very different night. Kind of cool, different from, you know, those quiet dark nights. Yeah, so let me try this this vors. I'm not going to be out for much longer. I think, let me look at the time. Yeah, it's already 8. So, yeah, I think I'm almost going to call it a day. It's been a good day. Yeah, time goes so quickly in the bush. And yeah, we are privileged to be able to do this. I love the idea of freedom. So I just heard some lions calling, but it was very faint. I couldn't even tell from where. Usually I hear them either here or this direction over here. And then when I'm on that side of the property, I hear them on that side. They're all around here, but yeah, it's just too faint to tell. When it's not windy like this, it's very quiet around this area. A lot of bush noises, like, you know, the classics: fiery neck, nightjar, wood owls, bush babies, you know, the thick-tailed. You hear quite often here at the river. The river's not far from here. It's about probably, I'll say, 100 meters down. You lions, you hear leopard, hyenas, elephant, occasionally you hear buffalo, many sounds. It is awesome. I love the bush sounds. So probably about 100 meters behind me, I can hear a bushbuck calling, and yeah, it's either at me or a leopard, one of the two. So yeah. And also it started like kind of, I felt a slight drizzle now, so I think the rain is on the way. And I don't know what I was thinking, because look at all that wood. I mean, that's way too much. I'm almost ready for bed. See, at night here, there's not much to do. You can sit a little bit by the fire. But that's the thing about being in the bush. Yeah, you just when it gets dark, there's not much to do. So you go to bed. While the fire is burning outside and it's slowly dying, and so is my energy. So I'm officially going to call it a night, and it's been a good day, and yeah, we're going to see you in the morning. I want to leave you with a thought for today, and that is, live while you can. Peace. a very good morning. So yeah, last night at about 12 it started lightning, but hectic, thunder woke me up, and then it started raining shortly after that, and yeah, the lightning carried on for probably about 2 hours. Yeah, like I couldn't sleep. It was so loud, and you know, like flashing lights inside your tent. But then it started raining lightning, and then fortunately the lightning rolled down north from here. So beautiful morning this morning, and yeah, it's going to transform the bush. All this rain, and it's soft rain, very nice. I'm gonna, you know, like start like packing up, and then yeah, we're gonna go for a nice walk and check out the transformed bush. It's beautiful. Yes, it's still overcast, but you can't ask for a better day. The nice thing about now is, like, when we're gonna go walk now, all the tracks we see is going to be fresh. So it will be interesting to see, you know, like look at tracks, and also how the animals change their behavior after the rain. The birds were going crazy now earlier, yeah, and yeah, I think everything is excited about the rain. I think this is their first rain for, you know, the new season, so it was very dry, all the birds. But let's get going. I'm gonna break this up, and let's get out of here. All right, let's get out of here. Campsite is nice and clean. There's the dry spot where my tent was, and yeah, let's check what is and what's happening around the area. Temperature is actually perfect. A little bit chilly, but not too bad. So this is fresh tracks here. Baby giraffe, small giraffe. Yeah, that was early this morning. Surprised we didn't see it, but must have been while it was still raining. But yeah, let's head out this way. Check things out. So let's head this direction. There's a section I want to walk on the way back, because now we have to get back to my car, and it's a bit of a walk. So, but I want to take a slight detour because I want to check another place out. So yeah, but maybe we see this giraffe. I see it walk this way. So I'm also keeping my eyes peeled for predators, like when it's overcast like this and chilly, it's heating up a little bit now, but still the weather's good. they tend to walk around. They're not sleeping under the trees. So yeah, I'm just keeping my eyes open for movement. Keeping my eyes open for hippo as well. Even though I'm a little bit far from the river, but I have seen them up here. And then obviously buffalo. Checking out for those lone bulls. Or the bachelor herds, the Daga boys. They are quite aggressive at stages. But you always have to be careful of them. Looks like the sun wants to come out there. There's some blue skies on that side as well, but they said today is going to be overcast. I see that we can see the mountain nicely today, so we're probably going to get a nice viewpoint and yeah, then we can check it out. Only the top part is covered with clouds, so should be good. I'll stop somewhere and then yeah, we'll check it out. So we're approaching a waterhole down here, but so yeah, I'm just gonna keep my voice down. I don't think anything is there at the moment, but still, just wanna be quiet in case there's something there and we can check it out. Often heard, but almost never seen. That was a pretty cool sighting. So like I always say, there's always clues in the bush, and you can read a lot. It's like a newspaper when you look on the ground. So the latest news is that Nyala, that came down here and had a drink at the puddle that formed from last night's rain. Even though there is a river here, I think it's just convenient for it just to drink, because they drink because it's like, it's just there, you know. So glad that it rained, because immediately after it rained, animals went to drink, so that's awesome. I just want to add as well, another reason that the Nyala would drink there is because it's right there and there's no danger there. So what a lot of times happen is that predators will wait at waterholes or rivers, waiting for animals to come down and drink. You know, it's like a win-win. They sleep and then animals come to them. So in this case, the water was right there. Water's everywhere now, so the danger is a lot less. Not easy to see, but fresh hippo tracks. I'll try and get a better video or angle or a better track. Hippo. It's quite fresh. It's definitely last night or early this morning. You can see there it dragged its foot. Here you can kind of see definitely a hippo. There you can see it's quite fresh. So yes, it walked in or out, and then it probably went back. I think we were right because it went back to the water. So yeah, not too worried, but on overcast days like this, you have to be careful because, you know, especially when it's dry like this, because they need extra feeding time. Hippos come out at night and then they graze on grass, and often quite far from water. So, and when it's overcast like this, they've got more time to eat, and they like to eat. So we'll just keep an eye out for them. Here's a better example. So you can see it's, I'm going to put my foot next to it. Hippos are huge, and yeah, it did slip a little bit there. So the track is a little bit bigger than it's supposed to be, but not much bigger though. So here's another example of a hyena track. So the front foot here on that side will be the front foot, and this is the back paw. Probably came down for a drink here as well. There's a lot of puddles in the bush now, and they obviously use that opportunity to drink some water. So here's a beautiful view of the mountain over there. The top part is a bit covered with clouds. It's actually quite a big mountain. I think it's about, the bottom is 200 meters above sea level and the top is about 1.9. So roughly. So yeah, it is a pretty high mountain. And then what happened was, like long ago, people used to come from the top there. I'm talking about the 1800s. And in the winter time, they came down this side when the malaria kind of subsided because of the winter and the dry months. And then they would hunt these areas. And at the end of the winter, they would go back up. And when they settled farms here at some stage, right that side against the mountain was called Jonkmansspruit. That means young man's creek, basically. And only people under 40 were allowed to come down because it was so tough back then. It's a unforgiving area, you know, and to come down there, you know, and there's no roads, and it was just, I think it was very hard. I think beautiful, but yeah, I think it was tough. Different men back then, for sure. I'm not sure who would be able to do it today, but we definitely, most of the people aren't as tough as back then, if any. Young Nyala bull that probably got killed by a leopard. I know the leopard loves it down here. There's a very, very busy trail leading to the water from the top here. I'm curious to check it out. So it looks like mostly buffalo come down here to drink. Some buffalo dung. Yeah, there was a Nyala bull and with a few ewes, females, and they were not as happy to see me as I was to see them. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit down here a bit. This beautiful area here. Just rest a bit. It's still away to the vehicle. Oh, it's very beautiful down here at the river. The scenery is absolutely magnificent. It's a very nice day as well for what I'm doing. I still have a few hours to head back, but when things get tough like this, when your legs get tired and your shoulders get tired from the heavy backpack, I always think back to people that did this like every day. It's like one guy was Cecil Barnard, also known as Vikenya. It means the one who swaggers when he walks, and they found him nearly dead, walking through a riverbed, stumbling, and the way he walked, he was swaggering, and that's why they called him that. He was attacked, and he was just like fleeing, just to try and get away from the danger. But the interesting thing for me is he was an ivory hunter. There's actually a book about him, and if you go up to the Kruger, it's back this way, north, the furthest north you can go, almost, you get to Crook's Corner, and he lived in that area. It's a very, very interesting area, and yeah, I want to go up there and just document something one day. But I read the book and I was so intrigued. The point I'm getting at was that he went up there like to hunt elephant for ivory, but then he ended up staying there for 30 years, staying in the bush. That's incredible. That was a guy from Knysna coming up here in the 1800s. To make the trek up here is something else, eh? And then there were obviously, it was late 1800s. It was just before the Boer War, but still very different times, before cars. So that's one thing. It was still wagons, but he made it up here, and he just stayed here for 30 years. No house, nothing, just lived in the bush. That is mind-blowing for me. And lived an interesting life, interesting book. And didn't shoot too many elephants, because he just didn't shoot too many. In 30 years he only shot 300. So, and then the last one he hunted, he basically didn't shoot it. He's been hunting this big bull for many, many years, and finally when he got a shot, he just loaded his rifle and said, "That's it, I'm done." And he went out the bush. That's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to grab my backpack, and I'm going to start heading back to the vehicle. It's a bit of a walk still, but very, very enjoyable. As I make my way back, I found myself reflecting on the journey into the wild. It's been a truly enriching experience, and it reminds me why I love solo adventures. I'll definitely be sharing more of these adventures with you. So if you enjoyed this trip, stick around for the next one. Thank you for watching until the end, and I look forward to seeing you on the next adventure.